Okay, so after watching this video, what any thoughts?
Normal fights or school fights or...
I don't know, I just feel like it's worse because it's...
Girl.
Jesse.
Okay guys, so for today's question, right, it's related to your kids. What would you do if you found out that your kid ganged up to beat a kid in school?
Ganged up as in he's in a gang or just with friends?
Oh, just with friends,
Just with friends, okay.
To gang up on this one poor child.
Wow.
And it's like full on whack on. And your kid is the one that's doing the whacking. Most of the whacking.
Okay, firstly, I want to know how old is the kid? My kid.
Primary or secondary?
Primary.
Primary.
Let's just put as primary 5.
Okay.
Because I feel that that's the
about the
tricky
age.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to say that firstly, I will reprimand my kid lah. I will scold my kid. I will let her or him know that what is right from wrong lah. But I will also understand, right, at the age, right, like because at the age when I was in primary school, right, I also got into fights, and it's very easy to go into fights. Yeah. So I will understand. I mean, I will understand what it happened, but I wouldn't be
Let
okay
it go,
with it.
yeah.
I will scold my kids.
I think for me, right, I would bring it home first and then ask her or him what has exactly happened. Because sometimes, right, like, especially, I probably will not, like, reprimand her or him in front of everyone, that kind. Because I feel, right, the more you do that, right, the more rebellious they are going to be. They want to fight back, correct? Not? So I was like, okay, never mind. We go back and talk. So I will ask what's going on and everything. Then from there, maybe I would talk to him or her. Then counsel in a sense, counsel. Then I will see if let's say the fault is on him or her, right, then I think we as a parents must reflect on them. Yeah.
So what if the reason is just a stupid ass reason? They say, Mom, Dad, he took my phone.
Where's my freaking phone?
Because at the age, right, because I'm thinking back to me lah. Because at the age, right, I will do something stupid like this also.
To be honest, actually.
Yeah, I was just...
Like the small things that irritate, then it's just like...
And it's part of development. Which is why I have a conflict in this lah. Because I don't know if I will really reprimand the kid. Like, of course, you must let him know this is not the best action to take. But it is part of development where you need to get into this kind of fights and stuff. Especially for guys lah. It builds character, I feel.
I remember last time in primary school, right, I got this badminton racket. Then I tell my friend, damn irritating, keep annoying me. Like, this kid, like, the saliva keep dropping, I don't know. Okay, then he keep touching my badminton racket. Then I just say, and some more, I believe that time, right, me and him, right, we were like punished outside, stand outside the classroom. Then our badminton racket is on top of the locker outside, right? I say don't touch me. And some more you get punished already, he keep touching, I take the badminton racket, just swing it. Yeah, just for something so small, but he just like...
So, okay, how did you like, what did you learn or how were you after that? Did you regret it or anything?
Probably no regret, never learned anything, and I was totally fine with it.
No.
Thinking how to torture him more.
No. At the very, I think around that age, around P3, P4, right, I was out fighting. I was out like,
What do you mean you're out fighting?
No lah, like,
Talking like gangster like that, but maybe don't touch
The
me.
little run over there out fighting, kena one smack drop.
Hey, last time I super small, but I really to take fight though. I really to take fight.
Meaning you take doesn't mean you win, what?
Yeah. But like, at the age, right, I was like, skipping class, go recess early, buy those 10-cent CV, all this. Like, I was like doing all that at age, but when I was like P5, P6, right, I had someone that actually taught me not to like use my hands, and so at a very young age that I learned not to go and do a fight lah.
No, I do you. Do you know I do you? Do you know I do you?
I feel you usually will get into these kind of situations at that age. So the question is, how do you deal with the situation? Some people, they cower and they end up becoming the kid who gets beaten. So that is worse, I feel. That is worse than being the kid that hits. The kid that hits is not right, and you should refrain from doing that. But it's worse to get into fights and then becoming one being victimized.
Because it's easier to get out of that phase than this phase. Because this phase,
And when you get out of that phase, you learn something
learn.
and you reform.
mm,
But that phase, you
you
might
got
be a bit
scar and like,
and you might be a bit vindictive. You want to fight back. You want to get back on certain things that in the past you feel insecure about.
To compensate.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why I asked you all this question is because recently a video went viral in Singapore. A video of female students fighting. Okay? Then yeah, one girl lah. Okay, so this was how the brawl went down.
The sound effects.
Oh my god.
Wow, hammer. Huh? Okay, but you saw the girl after she got kicked in the face, right? She just like, okay.
The first girl like weak but the second girl really too much, no. So okay, so after watching this video, what any thoughts?
Normal fights or school fights or...
I don't know, I just feel like it's worse because it's
Girl.
I don't know why. If guys in a fight, okay, it's bad. But it's like
usually you will
just
see more
boy
boys
stuff,
fighting than girls fighting like that. Oh.
Yeah, I mean like there's a saying say what boys just do what boys do, right? But I mean it's a bad saying lah for the liberal people nowadays. But I feel that when I see girls fighting, I just like the word that comes to my mind right is turn off. But no, I'm not. Okay, at least I'm not.
so what's the other side of the
But I'm just like a bit
Disturbing.
Yeah.
It's differently.
Oh my god. I can't.
What punishment do you guys think they deserve?
Wow.
Because I understand after all they are students and whatnot, but it's not a bit too much, I feel.
Okay, firstly, right, I believe that I just based on what happened, I feel that they are not a good bunch of people to hang out with. Like you can see, they are not in their school uniform. I don't know. I don't want to suspect that they play truancy lah, but or maybe even after school they just change out. They just want to be
Act cool.
like, you know these kind of students lah. You have been through that all this one. So if my daughter is the one getting beat up, right, I'll tell her just drop this kind of friend. Don't need to stay be with them already. But if my daughter is the one that beat them up,
wow, actually quite saddening.
I think cut botak lah, sia.
Everything was cut botak,
Because hair is what matters most to the girls, ma. No lah, but I won't do that lah. But that's why my first thought cut botak.
You guys
the
ever...
craziest idea.
Really?
The craziest idea, yeah.
This
This is in a sense negative punishment lah. But I don't know lah.
But it's been too much already. I feel that, like, from how this fight transpired, right, it's just been a playful fight. Hey, I also not happy with you.
But the way that this girl go and pull her down, go and kick her face, punch her face, and I think,
It's always like this, or like one thing, like, play, then suddenly one person could go out of hand and then do the maximum.
So what do you guys think is the right punishment?
Right punishment lah. I'm actually not too sure.
Because most probably they are still in school and whatnot.
Maybe some punishment in school, possibly detention. The teachers must ensure you don't stay in that clique. So you cannot be seen hanging out with your friends, cannot be seated next to them, all these kind of things.
Because at this age, the more you punish them and they don't understand the rationale of things, right? They will just keep on
Go haywire after that.
Yeah.
rebelling against the thing.
Wow.
I think for what we shared earlier, right? I think so. Yeah, I'll just talk to my kid. I'll tell him what's right from wrong, and that you shouldn't do this kind of thing.
And they ask you, Papa, last time you got get into fights?
I say yeah, but Papa learn.
I out there fighting.
So I must fight first, then learn.
yeah.
Now,
Then you must do something wrong, then God can forgive.
must give some work for the God to do.
Even Jesus died for nothing.
I will send you to Jesus.
So after this video went viral, right, okay, netizens online was like shocked and like how aggressive the girls were, and they made some comments. Okay, so one of the comments, right, is from Julie Thomas, okay, who said, "Gosh, whose daughter is that? How did your child learn to be so vicious?" So, just want to discuss with you guys, okay? What do you guys think is the biggest factor for a child to become this violent and aggressive?
The environment. It's probably the clique they are with, the stories they share amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Those are the biggest factors.
Because we got talked about this before, right? And a lot of times we feel environment really plays a part. And I think one of the talks that we had, I think one of you mentioned that actually the parents can't really do much once they go into school.
The influence is much lower than the friends.
Yeah.
I always say like you can be a good parent, you can have the perfect parenting style, right? But it just makes it one wrong friend. Your child can go haywire. It's quite sad. It's quite sad.
And it has a lot to do with the development of the child at the stage. Because at that age, right, actually much younger, in the early primary school, they need to actually depend on their friends to learn how to assimilate into society. So that is part of development. Everyone goes through this. So that is the point where they decide, I want to, appear cool to my friends. I want to, get to know them better so that we can do things more instead of listening to my parents. And this is actually important because if you don't do this, you cannot survive in society. It's just that in the process of doing this, sometimes you get, mixed around with negative people, bad company, then it's just too bad.
So we can all agree that the environment plays a big part in shaping a child.
Huge.
So if let us say like, do you agree that caning and all this is violent and will affect a child how they grow up?
I mean, yeah, it's a negative punishment.
Then if let's just say you have a daughter, okay, and your daughter did something bad, would you ever cane her?
Wow, that's the question.
I would say no lah.
You would say
I
no.
would say no.
Wow.
Probably not.
The thing is, okay, because I don't know, right? Because this always crossed my mind, especially based on the.
Why is it always crossing your mind?
I mean, like this.
Want to cane my child or not?
Yeah. I mean, like this.
Actually, it also crossed my mind.
Like okay, cause right now, right, everybody they have this idea that you should spare the rod, right? But I grew up with the rod. I grew up
Let's
having.
see how you turn out.
Huh? You also grew up with a rod, right?
Maybe it's not a good idea, right?
No,
Hey, I both grew up with a rod, then what happened? What is the difference?
Yeah, I mean, like you understand, right? Like we grew
So
up.
we are clear examples that you cannot just look at the rod.
Yeah.
Wow, you clear example.
Clear
Clear example.
We the last
Lucky
what the hell? I mean we are decent people, right? I believe.
We don't know about that. I mean, yeah, okay.
Different moral values, but
Very different.
very different. But inside us, we are good, right? I mean, like we are.
I hope
We are inherently good, right? Don't be an ass. We are inherently good, right? Like we don't have any bad thoughts, right? Like for me, I also don't like physical violence or this. Yeah. So I think so. I'm good lah.
If I'm justifying one layer after another layer.
Yeah lah.
Maybe the difference is the thickness of the rod lah. You want maybe thicker.
Thick that's why not pain. Thin that's why pain.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends
You got never the pressure, man. The area
Surface
times the force.
area.
No, but okay, that is one thing. But if it's
It's a
thicker,
rod,
it's heavier also.
yeah.
Weight plays a part also.
Yeah, Newton forces. Okay, but yeah, I don't know whether okay, to me right now my stance right is I'll keep my kid. It's not a punishment that I'll refrain from. Yeah, I feel that right now if you this is my point of view. Right now you need to talk to your kid. You need to ask them for consent. All this I think bullshit lah. Like it's not
Different parenting style.
yeah, it's not
lah.
the way to go lah.
But if you hit your kid, not so bad lah.
Yeah.
That time you whack us, we didn't even feel anything.
You are like the girl now, okay? Anything?
Okay, but I will use a cane lah. Yeah, so that's why every time I take a cane, right, then you know that this is something something bad. I will not use my hand now.
No, it's Pavlovian conditioning ready, no. Not very good, no.
Not very good, man. No, I tell you last time, right? I don't know whether this happened to you guys, but it's like Joseph go take the cane. Then you have to take your own punishment. Shit.
Do you ever throw the canes away? No? I don't dare, yeah.
Yeah, we always hide the cane.
I got high lah, but I
Hide
don't dare to
hide
throw.
behind the fridge. That's the way to hide. It cannot find. How
But I knew one.
Then after you get killed, you chase around the house, then you take the phone, the cushion off.